what's going on, y'all? T-Bob here.
And Jake as well.
And you're about to watch a little OTB LSU.
We're going to give you all the latest, greatest between LSU football, baseball, women's basketball, softball, and everything in between.
Bottom line, if you want to talk Tigers, keep it locked, subscribe, like it. There are still a few positions of need at LSU, and it looks like there are some irons in the fire in that regard, except for one position, that is. In terms of actual news pieces, Xavier Atkins, linebacker, going to be transferring to Auburn, joining that very good Auburn class that continues to grow, both recruiting and the transfer portal. If it does not work for Hugh Freeze this year, it will never work. He has managed to rally the troops. He has the Auburn faithful all in right now. Real quick on that, have y'all seen? Now, I do not trust the sources here. Who's the guys? Siskel and McCready or something?
McCready and Siskey.
Siskel and Hebert?
Yeah, exactly. That's what I always get confused with. McCreebert and Siskel?
Yeah, sure.
I'm just kidding. Siskey and McCready.
Yeah, Tyler Siskey and Neil McCready.
They were putting it out there, intimating, I should say, alleging, not reporting, but alleging in a conversation with A.J. McCarron that Auburn's paying Jackson Arnold over $2.5 million. Which could that be true? It might make sense in the fact that it seems like the Mississippi State thing was a done deal, so maybe it took a Godfather offer to get him out of there, but just something to kind of, a little smoke on the street, if you will. We'll see if that comes about. The point is,
I'm not shocked by anything if that's what you're asking.
Auburn's spending. They spending big. They have a lot of money. This comes at a time when Alabama's asking for money. We'll talk about that a bit later as well. But Xavier Atkins leaving LSU going there. And then Ricky Collins in the transfer portal. It was reported he's transferred to Syracuse. He refuted it directly and saying he hasn't committed anywhere and his recruitment remains open. I'll say this on Collins. I hope he lands in a great spot. Hometown kid, tried to make it here. Didn't happen for whatever reason. Only one quarterback's ever going to play. It's always hard if you're a quarterback. And, man, I get him wanting to go elsewhere to now try to find the field and find his fortune, right? You can't really be looking like a guy like Eli Holstein, right? You just got to do what you got to do if you want to play. And his path to the field here looks, I don't know. So in terms of some new names that LSU could be getting, instead of guys leaving, there's a couple more RPM or whatever, recruiting prediction machine, the On3, Shea Dixon and company. There's a couple more RPM picks for LSU. Yeah, that's what they call them. And probably, I don't know. You tell me, what excites you more, Jake, a D tackle or a center?
Center.
So then you'll be pleased to know that right now they have Virginia Tech center Braylon Moore in town. And we've talked about him. 3-star out of high school, 4-star in the portal. Started every game for the Hokies last season. Played well. One of the top-rated linemen in the transfer portal. And he is being picked to LSU. He's not official yet, but he's a redshirt sophomore. He's got time left. He's 6'3", 300. This is the exact sort of piece that me and Jake were talking about in terms of what LSU needs to be aiming for and trying to pick up.
And if you secure somebody that's got that much time at center, if you wanted to move DJ Chester to guard, or if you wanted to bring him in and move him to guard, DJ Chester had ups and downs. This is his first year starting. I expect some major growth from him, but he had probably 10, maybe 12 pre-snap penalties this year.
Yeah, and his size is a bit big for a center. It can happen. Yeah. Ever since Ethan Posick played center, all bets are off. But Braylon is that stereotypical 6'3", 300, and Chester's about 6'5"? That may, take a little off his plate. He could thrive at guard potentially. So again, I don't know how it would work out, but more starting caliber guys throw against the wall. That's a win. So offensive line, position of need. Fa'ali Fa'omo as well. Washington State offensive tackle visited LSU. No picks in the machine there, but certainly you have to get a tackle out of the portal.
Without question.
Whoever it is, you have to get a tackle. Maybe it'll be Folly. We'll see over time.
I don't think that's maybe right now since you lost both of your tackles. That's maybe priority number one. Like tight end's important too, but we're talking about tackle. We're talking about protecting your biggest asset. So you've got to go get a top tier player, in my opinion, at that position, because you've got a lot of inexperience there. I think you want at least one experienced guy who's been through the fire, somebody that's played in the Pac-12, and you kind of know what it looks like, opposed to projecting what it's going to look like.
Yeah, and we'll see. Maybe he ends up going with the Wazoo OC over there to Oklahoma, but maybe LSU manages to convince him to come down here. So offensive tackle still a need, but they're working on it. Defensive tackle, you would have thought was a massive need if last year, like preseason last year was any indication. But on the other side of it, you feel pretty good overall. We've talked about it, right? I mean, you bring back I always get McKinley's on the inside, right? I always get McKinley and Relaford like they're the same. I don't know why.
McKinley's inside.
Yeah. I always like I can go back and forth.
Relaford's an evangel guy.
I need to come up with a mnemonic
That's
device
how you can maybe remember it.
Help me remember. But you got McKinley, you got Ahmad Bro, you got Jacoby Guillory coming back. So you're better there than you thought, but you still need bodies. And it looks like you got a big body coming in Sadir Mitchell, Jake. 6'4", 340. That's a thick boy. He played for Bo Davis at Texas in 2023, and then for whatever reason, he redshirted this last year, and he's actually in town right now through today. May by the end of the day get a commitment. We'll see. But Sadir Mitchell looking like he too could be joining this LSU transfer portal class. So another position of need box checked by bringing in a very big body and a starting or rotational caliber player, if nothing else, in Sadir Mitchell.
It's two positions that you certainly can add, talking about center and defensive tackle. But I think you're starting to, wonder what it's going to look like at offensive tackle, like we just mentioned.
Yeah.
And also the safety position.
So that was the position I was teasing earlier with one of need that is still kind of been ignored, even though I guess to be fair, they did talk about Mansour having the ability to play safety. I don't think that it would be the best use of his talents, right? I think if he's your he could be on the outside, but like if that guy's your nickel corner, like that could be very powerful. So but yes, safety has remained unaddressed, and safety is without a doubt the biggest position of need on this team right now.
I don't think it's even a question. Like right now, who do you have? Like in this bowl game, like who do you have? Like it's like you're gonna play some players that haven't been in there at all.
Yeah.
That would be who you have moving forward. The players that were playing, they're either in the portal or not playing in the bowl game, whatever the situation might be. And so you don't even have a lot for this game, but you certainly next year don't have anybody that you kind of know what it looks like.
Yeah, who's actually going to play safety?
Deshaun Spears is there. Outside of him, no, I don't know. Allen's got Jordan Gilbert. I guess it'd be Deshaun Spears.
Major Burns will play, yes. I know there'll be Star, but
I don't think he's opted out yet. So
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Burns, Gilbert,
Jordan Allen's gone, right?
Allen's gone.
Oh, you got Gilbert. Okay, you got Spears.
Gilbert Spears.
Yeah. Okay, so Gilbert, Spears, Burns. I don't know who the backups would be, but those look like your stars. That is something I want to do at 8 o'clock today. Look at the LSU roster, what it could look like for this bowl game, as the media got some eyes on practice yesterday, and it is a completely different looking offensive line. So suffice this all to say, LSU still doing very well in the transfer portal. Looks like you could have another couple names coming in that would increase that very well rating, but there is still one glaring issue that you at least have to get one player in, and that you'll monitor not just this portal window, but next portal window as well.
There's still plenty of talent out there at the safety position. Thieneman was the only guy right now that, Oregon, we talked about that the other day, but you still got plenty of other players out there. Genesis Smith from Arizona, Dante Joyner from Arkansas State, Kendall Daniels from Oklahoma State, guys that have a lot of starts under their belt where you can go out there, you can get an impactful safety still out of the portal that's got plenty of starts.
There you go. So there's targets left to be had. You just got to go get them. And as we said yesterday, with the couple of $1 million matches currently at play right now, and the initiation of the LSU fan base, it seems like the grassroots efforts are at an all-time high. And well, we'll see if they continue to take advantage of the tune of a new safety.
Wow, Jake, what incredible takes.
I mean, those guys, they're just the best.
I think so. And if you think so, again, hit the like button, subscribe, ring the bell so you get notifications when we post every single day here on OTB LSU.